G'day folks, welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Hope you guys are doing well. In the previous episode, we went to the colony, or the planet, known as Freedom's Progress, because there have been several colonies that have just simply disappeared, or all of their residents have disappeared. And as we were investigating, we managed to link up with Tali, who is a previous crew member on the first Normandy in the previous game. Speaking of the Normandy, towards the end, the Illusive Man granted us access to this beauty here, which is the Normandy SR2, new and improved. Now, I think it's probably a good idea for us to just explore this ship, so I feel like this might be a bit of a slower episode as we sort of just explore, find out what we can do on the ship, meet all of the people, have those conversations, etc, etc. So if you're looking for combat, maybe there might not be combat in this episode. It really depends on, how quick we get through, exploring the ship and whether or not we get to go out to the next mission. Before we even start looking around though, I think it's probably a good idea for us to take a look at the codex and the entry for the Normandy SR2.
With elaborate secrecy, Cerberus labored for years to build a new, superior Normandy. The vehicle's many alterations produced a craft nearly double the original size, requiring an even larger Tantalus drive core to compensate. The new Normandy features greater space in living quarters, research laboratory, observation deck, and cargo bay. Its shuttle can make landings the Normandy cannot attempt. In addition to tight beam communicators, Normandy's Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC, provides instantaneous contact with the Illusive Man. The Enhanced Defense Intelligence AI coordinates many of the ship's combat functions, assisting and even supplanting human piloting. Potential upgrades are numerous. The airframe could support additional armor and an axial mass accelerator. The thrusters could support recent advances in fuel technology beyond H2O2 chemical rockets. And the hull can mount double the standard number of kinetic barrier projectors, leaving space for stronger shields, easily sustainable via the new EZO drive core.
Alright, there we go, and towards the end we also learnt about this Enhanced Defense Intelligence, or EDI, the AI that I guess controls some parts of the ship. So we'll probably learn a little bit more about EDI, because I think she's pretty central to, I think, this game and perhaps maybe the next one as well. And yeah, aside from that, I was thinking it might also be a decent idea to take a look at just a little bit of background on what happened to the Citadel in the previous game. We have had a few conversations which alluded to what had happened, so let's have a read. In 2183, a rogue Spectre named Saren Arterius attacked the Citadel through a functioning mass relay hidden inside a statue in the Presidium. Saren brought a combined force of Krogan and Geth infantry from Ilos, timing the attack so that he would be at the Citadel's controls when the Geth fleet and his flagship, Sovereign, arrived. In the battle that followed, the Destiny Ascension Dreadnought evacuated the Citadel Council, but ordered the ward's arms closed, sealing them and the Geth inside an impregnable shell, cutting off all reinforcements or escape. This combative tactic would have wholly destroyed the Council fleet were it not for the actions of Commander Shepard, who had followed Saren through the relay from Ilos. There we go. Alright, I think that's enough of the codex for now. We might return to it depending on what new things we pick up. Is it a good idea to take a look at squad points? We've got a couple to spend here. I think we can quickly just unlock Cryoblast. I'm not sure how I can spend points for all of our other squad mates. I think that's probably done at a terminal somewhere. So we'll have to sort of return to that. Alright, that looks good to me. Let's, have a look around. I'm just gonna start by moving to the front of the ship, and we'll have a chat with none other than Joker, because yeah, he's a bit of a character. I really like Joker. I'm just trying to remember whether or not they decided to heal him completely.
Minor spike in the primary core, compensating.
Because he's got what's known, I think, colloquially as like brittle bones or something like that. I forget the name of the disease. But anyway, let's have a chat.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
This ship is just a copy.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
Oh man, yeah, I miss Joker. Alright, let's examine this. Okay. I think that added a codex. Space Combat, Pursuit Tactics. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the codex which I think is still repeated from the previous game. I'm a little bit unsure of what's repeated and what's not, so I could have a read of that one, considering it's not already in the codex itself. So yeah, Pursuit Tactics. Dependent on light, sensors cannot detect objects moving at faster than light speeds. No ship can be detected at interstellar ranges. Detection at interplanetary ranges suffers from light speed lag. Observers see ships not where they appear to be, but where they were when the light bearing their image left them, minutes, hours, or days before. To counteract light speed lag, battle fleets surround themselves with spheres of screening and scouting frigates. Pursuers cannot detect ships and directly intercept them. Instead, pursuers track where objects were, where they were heading, and at what speeds they were moving. Such data reliably predicts an object's future location, and for pursuit along its light-lagged wake. Ships trying to evade pursuit follow erratic zigzag courses, requiring pursuers to make stops to update their projections. There you go. Let's see. Just looking around, trying to pick up as much as possible. So, haptic adaptive interface. Let's have a read of that. Yeah, and I'll probably read some of the stuff that was not included in the previous game. So, haptic adaptive interface. Advances in computing have done away with traditional input devices like keyboards. Instead, modern input peripherals are usually holographically displayed in front of the user at a height and angle for ergonomic ease. Machines that use this interface detect a user through microframe chip in the user's glove that keys in to the computer. Once a user is accepted, motion accelerometers in the user's gloves match his hand's location with that of a proportionate but smaller mirror set of controls inside the computer itself. As the user presses against the holographic field, force feedback in the glove kicks in, giving a slight resistance. A person can then feel his way through using a touch screen that isn't actually there. A simple toggle switch on the back of the hands allows the gloves to be turned off when not in use. Haptic interfaces have become so common that some individuals undergo cybernetic enhancement surgery to have the accelerometers implanted in their fingertips. Going bare skin is the sign of a committed computer user who no longer has to fuss with putting on gloves or cleaning them with alcohol wipes to get rid of the clammy hand smell. Okay. I really like how this game really accounts for all of the detail and all of the science fiction, because like, you know, you can wave off like science fiction nonsense as just science fiction, and you know, just don't worry about it. Trust me, bro. But this game doesn't do that. This game sort of explains everything, which I really, really like. Okay, so this is our private terminal. Let's just have a quick look at what we can do. So team status. Check the status of your team. Yeah, let's do that. So, can we play around with their skills? No. Cycle appearance? Okay. Interesting. Oh, I don't have a different appearance for Jacob, apparently. Upgrades. Review your upgrades. So, upgrades improve your squad members' powers, your weapons, and your ship, making mission success more likely. Acquire new upgrades by finding them on missions, purchasing them from stores, or research them using a research terminal. Alright, we'll have to come back to that. Unread messages. Let's have a look. Oh my god, we've got so many unread messages. Okay. Well, do we want to read all of them right now? I'll probably just read the first one there. From Admiral Anderson. On the off chance that the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put us on the council, and it's only fair that you'd be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Okay. And I believe we've got our own quarters where we can, you know, have a read of more emails. So let's have a chat with this person. Yeoman Chambers, I think, is how to pronounce it. And it looks like we've got another mission there as well. Speaking of missions, sorry, I should actually take a look at what we've got here. So we've got a few assignments. I assume some of these are actually from the mail that we've not really opened just yet. So we'll need to take a look at some of that a little bit later. Alright, stop the collectors, and then we've got all these dossiers. The Convict, Archangel, Warlord, Professor. Man, I can't remember all of these guys. Where's Tali in all of this? I can't remember. I thought we could onboard Tali as well. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's have a chat.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
Yeoman. Yeoman is that a boating term? It might be. I'm not sure what a yeoman is exactly. So her name is Kelly, not Yeoman. So, sorry. Pleasure is mine.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Sure.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Let's chat.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
So, what do you do?
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Okay, so she's like an assistant. Is that all?
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You're a counselor?
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
It's good to have you here.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
Are you happy here?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Illusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
And we won't.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Ooh. I'm pretty sure she's not like a main romance, like, partner, but I think we can flirt with her, and I'd embrace you.
I might do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I can't remember if you can have multiple partners in this one, but anyway. What do you think of Cerberus?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Does Cerberus hate aliens?
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
You're very loving.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, not for now.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Cool. Alright, so I think that's it for this area. Let's see if we can look around a little bit more. Oh, okay, we can talk to Edie from here.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Combat Information Center. Here, the crew receives sensor data and coordinates gunnery and damage control efforts. While Normandy is flown from the bridge, during combat, the commanding officer issues orders from the CIC.
Okay, and this is the elevator that'll take us to all the different levels, but let's not go through there just yet. Weapons. Choose loadout. So we've got a Shuriken machine pistol, the Predator heavy pistol, and then the grenade launcher. We only have options for these two, but for some reason I can't seem to switch between these two pistols, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Maybe I have to play around with that a little bit more. And then the grenade launcher. So we can either do that or the arc projector. Interesting. This thing looks badass. I'll stick with the grenade launcher for the time being, because we've barely used it. And then let's have a look at what else we can change up. Not much, apparently. All good. All good. Eventually, we'll be able to make a few changes here and there. Ah, here's Jacob.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
Bringing you wasn't my choice. It's a risky assignment.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Okay. So he's got a little bit of baggage. Tell me about these actions.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
Glad to have you aboard.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Cool. So that was an introduction. I assume we can then talk to them again and get some more sort of standardized responses. Ooh, there's the core right there. Much bigger than the previous version. Why is this locked?
A scientist is required to use the technical laboratory.
Okay, we need to pick up the... I think it's Morden, the Solarian.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the elusive man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Quantum what?
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the Elusive Man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the Elusive Man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
That sounds useful.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one link to each world.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Cool. Alright. I guess at this point, as I'm recording this video, I think quantum computing, or we're at the cusp of getting into quantum computing, which will kind of be amazing, to be honest. Where am I going? Sorry, guys. Let's swing around to the other side of the ship.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using OmniTool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
Okay. So I guess maybe we can craft our own weapons there. I can't remember exactly.
Earlier when we spoke, you were very open with me. I like that. But I hope I didn't come across as too flirty. I don't want to overstep my bounds.
I liked it.
You're very charming, Kelly.
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
How's the crew holding up?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Oh, okay, this leads back in the tech labs. Alright, well, in that case, let's take the elevator and let's see what we can explore. The captain's cabin. Let's do that. Fancy.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the commanding officer's quarters.
It's larger than the quarters of other warships I've served on.
This is a Cerberus vessel, not an Alliance warship. Accommodations have been made for personal taste. That said, this space is directly under the exterior pressure hull. The fitting yard workers called it the loft.
Okay, so if the ship were to be destroyed and we were, just relaxing, then we will be toast, pretty much. Let's see. I don't think we can really customize too much more. Actually, I did make a decision previously on whether or not I wanted, like, a helmet. And I'm sort of thinking it might be a decent idea just to use the breather helmet and just test it out initially. If it comes up in, like, dialogue and we can't see Shepard's face, then I might switch it back, but... Oh, okay. There's a lot more here that we can play around with. Material. I kind of like the look of that. A little bit more glossy. Some tint. Yeah, I'll probably not play around with that. The pattern... Yeah, we'll leave it. Pattern color? I could go with a blue. Nah, but I'll leave it as red. Type. Let's go back to the casual appearance. Kind of like the look of that, or this one. But I think I'll just, like, wear the standard Cerberus one. Music. I feel like this is the combat music from Mass Effect 1. Maybe. quite soothing. More combat music. You know what would have been a decent quality of life feature is for you to actually go into a menu and select the music. Yeah, I'll leave it with that one. Seems nice and soothing. Oh, hang on. It might... No, not this one. Yeah, I think this one is alright. I think it plays every time we, like, come into the bedroom, right? Or the cabin. Private terminal, so we can read the emails. Medal of Honor. View trophies. Save humanity throughout the galaxy from certain annihilation. Missing in action. Okay, so a whole bunch of just accolades. Oh, Liara's pictures there. Very nice. Nice detail. Let's take a look at our messages. And yeah, we'll mark that as red. Let's just read everything, just so that we make sure that we're not missing any opportunities. So this is from the Elusive Man, Shepard. We've reached an agreement with veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the name. Zaid has been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminus systems, and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills on your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You will find him on Omega, where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee, I've taken care of it personally. I wonder if this Zaid is the replacement for Ash Williams. Possibly. Anyway, let's mark that as red. Lost contact with survey ship. From Project Firewalker. Commander, the MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead planetside exploration rover. In addition, scientists Dr. Manuel Case and Dr. Robert O'Loy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, the survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalie was last seen near planet Ziona, Alista Ismar Frontier. Oh, I don't know about these tunes, guys. Yeah, the problem is, like, things start slow, but then, like, they really pick up later on down the line. Okay, let's continue reading these messages. So this one's done. Normandy crash site located. From Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, our scans in the Amada system have turned up something we thought you should see. The final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. We thought this news might be important to you, but we also have an ulterior motive. The Alliance would like to honor the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. We'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack of the Normandy. If you find any signs of these lost crewmen, we ask that you report to the Alliance so that those heroes' families may find some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. Hackett, I think he's one of the characters from Mass Effect 1, right? So, I guess word travels fast that we've been revived. From the elusive man, Shepard, it occurred to our armor technicians that you may not want to show your face everywhere you go. They sent by a hood that Cerberus issues to its covert operatives. It has additional microframe functions that you may like. The hood is in your quarters. What? The hood is in... What is this? Is there a hood here? Is it just something to change your appearance or something like that, or... I don't see anything here, so... Is it just this? The recon hood, maybe? Yeah, I think so. Interfaces with most small arms auto-targeting software, linking hand and eye for improved accuracy and increased weapons damage. Ballistic mesh fabric and composite ceramic plating provide necessary armor, and the integral air filter helps in hostile environments. I mean, it looks cool though, not gonna lie, but I think this looks better. Let's mark that as red. Overlord. From the elusive man. Shepard, one of our cells just went off the grid without explanation. Project Overlord has been experimenting with highly volatile technology, and I need you to investigate. Their work is extremely compartmentalized, enough that I can't divulge in operational details over this channel. You'll find them on the Planet 8 Typhon system in the Phoenix Massing Cluster. Please use care in this matter. Sure. Arc Projector. We recently had an incident involving the Geth at one of our outposts in the Skyllian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against a Geth scouting party and credited their success to a new advanced electrical attack device that we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, I thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. The weapon is called an Arc Projector, which we just saw earlier on. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it, if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate it overloads kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well, but laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works, now we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, we'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. Shepard, at great cost and effort, we have tracked down the master thief Kasumi Goto and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and fewer can claim to have seen her in person. She is unequaled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable in your mission. Travel to the Zakera ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual. Input the password "Silence is Golden" to begin the rendezvous. Ascension Financial Services, your account. From Stanwyck Dobbs, banking agent, Ascension Financial Services, Earth. Hello, Commander Shepard. Thank you for submitting your updated medical documentation. Your status has been changed from deceased to alive. After deducting modest administration fees for closing the file and subsequent change in status and the reactivation of your account, you have a remaining balance of 100,000 credits. Thank you for banking with Ascension Financial Services. We look forward to working with you. Are you protecting your greatest assets? We will find the best life insurance rates and coverage to fit your needs. Reply for a free quote today. Jeez. Alright, oh, sorry. Let me just go back there and just mark that as red. Brilliant. Okay, so now that that's all done, we should continue all of our exploration. Back to the lift. And we should go to the crew quarters. Have a look around there. Yeah, some of these spaces are still locked. I presume it's because we...
Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship.
Oh! Oh, that's... Oh, I didn't even see the sign. Thanks, Edie. Right. Yeah, a lot of these will be locked until we actually find our crew members, if I'm not mistaken, so...
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Well, my family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Looks like he's pretty driven in that case. Alright, what about this way? Ooh, there's a bit of a dining table.
Come on, Rupert. I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. Miss Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
You have everything you need.
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
So, how can I help with that?
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
Give me the list.
If I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
So, what are your responsibilities?
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
Damn, he's got a lot of responsibilities. But someone needs to do all of this sort of work, right? So, janitor and cook?
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals.
I wash my hands. Most of the time. This ain't no luxury liner. You have to pull your own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
What are your thoughts on Cerberus?
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
I like this, Mess Sergeant.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Alright, so we've got a new task there, finding ingredients. Can we have a chat with any of these guys? Non-interactable NPCs, I suppose. Let's take a look at the medical lab. Oh, Dr. Chakwas.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Why are you here?
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Is there anything you need?
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
I'll get you another one.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
We'll have plenty of credits by the end of the game, I reckon. So, how did you join Cerberus?
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you. On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
So, why did you leave the Alliance?
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
So, you needed to fly?
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
What do you reckon our odds of survival are?
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skyllian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
Cool.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Another returning character. I forgot that Dr. Chakwas joins the Normandy in this game as well, so... yeah, let's have a look.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Oh, okay. That didn't used to be the AI core area. I think there was like another sort of office or something. Liara used to be in there. On the first version of the Normandy, that is.
What's this area of the ship?
The sickbay. It is equipped to provide short-term emergency care. In the event of critical injury, personnel must be transferred to a fully equipped medical facility.
Alright, and in the scheme of things, this used to be our office, right? There we go, Miranda gets her own private office. Oh, and she actually lives here as well.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Can we talk?
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
What are Cerberus's goals?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
And who's in charge?
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
What is Cerberus?
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
And where does Cerberus get its resources?
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
Challenge accepted. And tell me more about this elusive man.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
What makes you think so?
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
I want to know more about you.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the Elusive Man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
Genetically modified.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
You sound a little cocky.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Alright, there we go. Bit more on Miranda. Again, I'm still not entirely sure, guys. Miranda or Tali. I think those are the two options that I have in my mind at the moment. I know that there's another romance option. I think it's the ex-convict. I forget her name. Jack or something like that, maybe. Let's see. Have we looked at everything? I think there's probably the vehicle bay, if I'm not mistaken, so let's see if we can go down there. Actually, engineering. Monitoring station. Use. UT-47 Kodiak drop shuttle. Alright, I'm kind of interested. Let's take a look.
The Systems Alliance UT-47 drop shuttle landing craft holds 12 soldiers in a cramped, uncomfortable cargo bay and 2 more in the cockpit. Officially named the Kodiak, the drop shuttle is better known to Alliance Marines as the Combat Cockroach due to its appearance and durability. The vehicle's robust environmental sealant technology exposes few vulnerable parts to the elements. First tested in the sulfuric acid clouds and extreme temperatures of Venus, the Kodiak can land in hard vacuum, high pressure, and temperatures from near absolute zero to over 900 degrees Celsius. A true contragravitic vehicle, the Kodiak's substantial Element Zero core allows flight by entirely countering the vehicle's mass. Its small thrusters are for directional control only. So if the mass effect field fails, the vehicle becomes a proverbial 3 million credit coffin. The unarmed shuttle forgoes weaponry space for active masking, electronic countermeasures, and a robust kinetic barrier system, ideal for dropping troops undetected.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like the look of it at the, well, during the first mission, but after they sort of explained some of the details of what it's built for, that makes total sense. Ooh, got a couple of other people here. Engineer Donnelly and Engineer Daniels.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
Hello.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Do you guys need anything?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What's the issue?
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why don't you have them?
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected, it's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Ah, Omega. Yes, we're gonna have to go there at some point. Tell me about your training.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
But you then left the Alliance?
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, that weasel Udina backslid on the Reaper Menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seemed to be doing that.
So, tell me about why you joined Cerberus.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
And what about you, Gabby?
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
What are your feelings on Cerberus?
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the Collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Alright. Good to have you both.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Find FBA couplings. Alright, we're gonna have to do that.
I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you he would.
Alright, we can go downstairs as well. Yeah, okay, this leads back that way. Okay, up close and personal to the core. What's this? Oh, EDI.
What's this area of the ship?
This is main engineering, which contains the ship's main fusion plant and Mass Effect core.
Yep, okay. Let's go down this way. See if we can find anything interesting. Not quite. If I remember correctly though, I think maybe the convict that we pick up ends up sort of setting up shop down there, away from the rest of the crew. Okay, I think that's it, so let's head back up, and I think we should prepare for our next mission. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. I thought there was going to be like some kind of a vehicle bay. I suppose maybe there is, it's just that it's kind of inaccessible. That's supposed to be it down there, I think. Alright, so let's go back to the CIC. Actually, wait a sec. Is the CIC where Jacob is? I think so. I want to have a chat with Jacob again, because he just gave us like a little bit of an introduction, but we couldn't exactly have a proper chat with him, so...
Commander, can I help you with something?
I just wanted to talk about you.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Okay, doesn't really want to open up. What are your thoughts on the mission?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
And what's your opinion of the crew?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
So tell me about your service after the Alliance.
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Alright.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
And I think it might be a decent idea for us to have a chat with Joker again as well. Because we couldn't really ask him any questions before, could we? So...
Commander.
So, how are things in the cockpit?
I assume everything is going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I guess Cerberus disagrees.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't break the boss's toys.
So tell me about the mission.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
And the squad?
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
It's just like the good old days.
Ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
Do you know much about the old crew?
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Okay, well, speaking of crew, we better actually create one. So, the first thing we need to do is try and get Mordin on board because he's going to be our primary, I guess, person for researching stuff, right? So, that's top of the list. Let's just take a look at the codex, sorry, not the codex, the journal for a second. And let's just commit to grabbing him. So, not the Master Thief, I think it's the Professor that we need. Dr. Mordin Solus, Biological Weapons Expert, Light Weapons Training with Solarian Special Tasks Group. Alright. Ask Arya about Mordin. So we need to go to the afterlife for information about Mordin's whereabouts. Okay, cool. That sounds good.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Already? Jeez. Okay, let's have a look then. Oh, why did she say that? We don't have any new messages. That's weird. Maybe she said it because we hadn't read our messages before or something like that, but... let's open the map and let's set a course. Okay. Recruit Archangel, recruit the Professor, recruit the Veteran. We can do all of that from the Omega, or at least parts of those quests. And then I guess the way this game tells us about quests is directly from the map itself. There's no way to actually track quests. So yeah, I suppose we're heading to Omega initially. There's the Omega relay, there's a fuel depot here. Not entirely sure what happens if we go to the fuel depot. Oh, okay, we can buy fuel. Where is our fuel gauge, though? Okay, and then we just need to go to the outskirts to jump to different systems. Alright, let's head to Omega first. Yeah, let's have a read as well. Built in the mined-out husk of a metallic asteroid, Omega has been a haven for criminals, terrorists, and malcontents for thousands of years. At times, the station has lain idle and abandoned for centuries, only to be reactivated by a new group of outlaws seeking a fresh start. The space station's original elegant design has given way to haphazard expansion by scrabbling factions of every species. There is no central government or unifying authority on Omega, and nobody can recall a time there ever was one. Population 7.8 million. Alright, and obviously we're taking Miranda and Jacob, so... And yeah, we can level up all of our other guys here, which is good. Let's do... well, I'm keen on just unlocking stuff initially, so Cerberus Operative... Actually, am I happy to do Cerberus Operative? Oh, this is locked because he's not loyal, so we need to do loyalty missions. Let's do pull and incendiary ammo. And I suppose we should do Cerberus Operative. Just gives him a few extra buffs here. And we'll do 3 on pull. That looks good. Miranda, let's do that, and more in Overload. Yeah, looks good. Alright, I think we're ready, so... Did that stick? And these are just weapons, I don't think we really need to do anything on that front, so...
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Oh, of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Aria wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Relax.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Aria for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife, now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Alright, well, we'll need to get onto it. But I think this is probably a good place for us to call it an episode. This was a very good initial test on the helmet situation as well, guys, so and it does appear that the helmet is sort of appearing during conversations, which I'm not a fan of. So I might sort of do a little bit of pre-planning between this episode and the next and just remove the helmet and come back here. And yeah, we'll be on our way from there. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, guys. Definitely drop that like if you have. Don't forget to leave some comments if you want to get in touch. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.